Hello and welcome back to Women's Football Talk, the YouTube channel that brings you all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. So we've just rounded up the weekend's fixtures in the WSL and we will get into all the roundup as well from the rest of Europe. But before we get anywhere, make sure you like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a post. So, in the WSL, on Saturday, Manchester United won an historic game at Old Trafford 2-0 thanks to goals from Kristen Press and Lauren James in the early part of the second half to give Casey Stoney's side a 2-0 victory over West Ham United. However, the Hammers did play the last 13 minutes with 10 players after Laura Vetterlein was shown a second yellow card. Then, at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the North London derby, Arsenal beat Tottenham Hotspur 3-0 thanks to goals from Katie McCabe, Caitlin Ford and a wonderful volley from Viviana Miedema to give Joe Montemurro's side the 3 points and keep the pressure on Manchester United with a few games left, and Arsenal do have a game in hand over the Red Devils after having their game against West Ham the other week postponed. And the final game that took place on Saturday between Manchester City and Reading saw Manchester City win 1-0 thanks to a late goal from Chloe Kelly after a brilliant bit of work from Lauren Hemp as she weaved through the defence and found Kelly for the goal. And it was definitely unjust because Reading were definitely a really good side in that game and they put the test right to Manchester City and they were very resilient at the back. Speaking of the other games, Arsenal very dominant in their game, deserved the win and probably disappointed that they didn't score more goals. Same with Manchester United. Casey Stoney said after the match that it was a very poor first half from her side and she wanted more goals from them and managed to get a response of sorts in the second half by them scoring 2 goals. But again, it could come down to goal difference that United miss out on the Champions League next season if Arsenal win all their games, and it will be down to goal difference. Then today's fixtures, so Sunday as I'm recording this, Brighton and Hove Albion lost 5-0 to Everton. Hayley Race scored a hat-trick as well as an Isabel Christensen penalty to open up the scoring, and Simone McGill early on in the second, or with half an hour remaining, to give Willie Kirkside the 3 points. And I've got to say a massive shout out to Hayley Rasso, who was excellent all game and thoroughly deserved to get a hat-trick as she was really dominant. Chelsea beat Aston Villa 2-0 at Kings Meadow with Sam Kerr scoring a brace and Frank Kirby getting the assist for both of them goals. Again, Chelsea could have had more goals, but they did what they needed to do to return to the top of the table, and that connection between Kerr and Kirby once again is absolutely beautiful and it's such a joy to watch. And then finally, in the game that has literally just finished for me at Damson Park, saw Birmingham City play Bristol City in a game that finished 1-1. Charlie Williams scored after 13 minutes for Bristol City before Christy Murray equalised with a lovely goal to the top corner just before the hour mark meant the points were shared. So it sees Chelsea return to the top of the table after winning against Aston Villa, Man City in second, Man United third, Arsenal fourth, and then the bottom compromises of West Ham on 9 points, Aston Villa on 10, and Bristol City on 11 points. We have the game weeks next week before we head into the international break. Over in Holland, VV Alkmaar beat Heerenveen 4-3, Zwolle and Excelsior Berendrecht drew 2-2, and Ajax beat Den Haag 1-0. And the final game takes place on Tuesday between PSV and FC20 at 6:30. So there hasn't been any change to the table, except Ajax and PSV are now level on points, but goal difference separating the two sides at the minute, with Ajax in second, PSV on top, with PSV obviously played a game less than Ajax. Over in Italy in Serie A, Fiorentina lost 5-1 to Sassuolo. Fiorentina beat Hellas Verona 2-0. Roma beat San Marino 2-0. AC Milan won the Milan derby 4-1 with Valentina Gianchetti scoring all 4 goals for AC Milan. Juventus beat Bari 9-1 with Cristina Girelli scoring 4 goals in the second half. And Napoli and Empoli ladies played out a 3-3 draw in a very entertaining game. Again, obviously, the table stays the same over in Italy. Juventus top, AC Milan second, Sassuolo third, and Bari remain at the foot of the table. Over in Ligue 1, Stade Rennes beat Le Havre 2-1. Bordeaux beat Fleury 91 by the same scoreline. Soyuz, Charente and Guingamp played out a 0-0 draw. PSG beat Montpellier 3-0 with Irene Paredes and Nadia Nadim scoring the goals. Paredes with a brace for herself, and Lyon beat Dijon by the same scoreline, with Katerina Makkaro, Saki Kumagagi and Malvine Mallard with the goals for Lyon, who remain a point behind PSG in the French league in a very close battle at the top. And at the bottom, Le Havre are bottom, 5 points adrift of second bottom Le Havre, ECFF, who are on 10 points. Finally, in Germany, on Friday night, Bayer Leverkusen beat Eintracht Frankfurt 3-2. Bayern Munich beat, and then today's, Sunday, saw Bayern Munich beat Duisburg 6-0. Freiburg beat Turbine Potsdam 1-0. SGS Essen beat Hoffenheim 1-0. Meppen beat Werder Bremen 3-2. And Wolfsburg beat Sand 3-1. The results is Bayern Munich stay top of the table and undefeated, scoring 68 goals in all competitions this season, and Wolfsburg are in second. And finally, over in Spain in the Primera Iberdrola, we are still, as a time of recording, there's still one game to go between Valencia and Atletico Madrid, but I'll update you later on in the week when that the result there. Real Madrid beat Deportivo 2-0, Levante beat Logroño 3-2, Barcelona won 4-0 against Sevilla. Eibar and Rayo Vallecano played out a 0-0 draw. Real Betis beat Santa Teresa 2-0. Granadilla Tenerife beat Athletic 3-2. Madrid CFF won 1-0 against Sporting Córdoba, and Sociedad beat Espanyol 4-0. So that's all we've got time for this week. We'll be back later on in the week to preview the final set of fixtures before we head into the international break. Until then, like I said at the start of the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video of ours. And until later on this week, we'll see you in the future. Goodbye.